Hey y'all, welcome back to our final week of coffee and composition for the spring season. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us, and I hope that you've gotten a lot of good information about how to really elevate your style in your writing and make your writing stronger, and you feel more confident as a writer after the season. So as always, we're going to grab our coffees and we're going to get started for our last one for the spring. And be sure to subscribe so that you know when we're back in the fall for more fun episodes, fun guests, and things like that to help you become a stronger writer. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen and get started. So this one is, I told you the last few weeks are like some of my favorite ones. This one is my favorite one, omitting needless words. I love going through my own writing and just taking out words, because it's like, when you're thinking through stuff, when you're first writing things, you're gonna tend to overwrite. But when you go back and edit and you give yourself enough time to edit, you can see, nope, didn't need that. This just is too much, and your writing becomes a lot stronger. You can see your writing becomes stronger. And I just love a good red line through stuff. Not on my students' essays, because I'm a little bit nicer, but on my own stuff, love marking through, getting those needless words out of there. So as always, if you need more help translating your thoughts to the page, or you need help learning how to become a better editor of your own work, feel free to scan the QR code and see how we can help you. So what are needless words? Words that don't add to the meaning of a sentence. Simple, okay? I wasn't gonna put more words in there than I needed to. They're words that are filler words. We use them a lot when we're talking and things like that. But when they translate to the page for writing, it really slows down the pace of your writing. It makes it feel like your reader is wading through molasses and you wanna get rid of them, okay? So let's see what Strunk and White have to say about those needless words. This doesn't mean that you only use simple sentences. So again, if you remember our sentence series, we talked about simple sentences and the power of simple sentences, but omitting needless words doesn't mean you're making very short, simple sentences and all your sentences in your whole piece are simple, short sentences. No, because that would be very, again, marching type of writing, and you don't want that. It also means that you shouldn't avoid details in pursuit of omitting needless words. So I love me a good compound complex sentence. But if I'm going to write me some compound complex sentences, I need to make sure that I'm using words that fit and that are needed. And I'm not just putting words in there to put words in there. So sometimes you have to use more words to get details in so your reader can understand what the point is you're trying to make. Omitting needless words doesn't mean taking out those details in pursuit of shorter sentences. Okay. So don't get rid of details to make the needless words go away. Figure out how to do it. And the last point really speaks to that. You want to make every word work. Every word in a sentence should have a place, have a position. It should be doing the work to drive the sentence forward. If you can read a sentence and you can see where a word is not driving a sentence forward, you can take it out and the sentence still makes perfect sense. That's how you know you are having some needless words that need to go. Okay. So did we get stuck again? We may have gotten frozen. Let me stop sharing because we got frozen. I'm going to share again so we can get into the example essay for the final time of how to get rid of those needless words. All right, so let's look at the sample essay. We'll just make it bigger so you can see it. So I told you I love a good red line, right? You can see I went through this essay with some fun red line times, okay? And I told you that needless words are usually filler words. So here you have this sentence. I mean, yeah, some people can do that. You don't need the word yet. You really don't need, I mean, but for this essay that's poorly written, we're just going to take out yet. I mean, some people can do that. Here you have, where does the sentence start? If America's a melting pot, then we're all just becoming one homogenous culture, like she said in the American Dreamer essay. But I don't think when you're writing, we know that you are the one who's doing the thinking. So you don't have to say, I don't think. You can just say, but she was right or she wasn't right in saying Canada is lying about being multicultural. You don't have to just have this phrase, I don't think. Okay, we already said some sort of way adds nothing in terms of what the picture is that you're trying to show. It just leaves you hanging there. And Then we have and all about Canada and all. We don't need that. That's something you would use when you're speaking, but you don't need it in writing. Again, you are the authority when you're writing. So in this next sentence that I don't know if you all can see, let's see. Here, I agree with her. We don't need to know that you agree with her. You just need to say that when she says, I didn't expect myself to ever disobey, and go into whatever that point is. You are the authority. You don't have to say, I agree, I think, things like that. Again, here's another one, but I feel. We don't need to know that you feel. We are coming into it believing that these are your thoughts and feelings and your analysis. We don't need you to tell us that they are. Show us, don't tell us. Let's see, there's not so many issues like it used to be, don't need, it used to be, that's just a clunky phrase that we don't need. Then like, when she says, we say like a lot of times when we're talking, we don't need it when we're writing though, okay? And then here we got I mean, which is just another way of conveying, you know what I'm saying, I feel. You use it in your verbal communication, you don't want it in your written communication. I found it was interesting. Whole phrase. We don't need this. You're the authority. We don't need to know that you found it was interesting. Just show us what you found interesting. So, that's a colloquial term that we would use when we're speaking, but you don't want to have it when you're writing. And again, you have I mean, colloquial terms that you use when you're talking all the time, right? We say them, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? All the time we use those phrases, but you don't need them in your writing. Those are the needless words that are not doing the work to drive the sentence forward, drive the paragraph forward, drive the point of your essay forward. So what's our key takeaway for this final coffee and composition for the spring? Don't use more words when fewer words will do. I'm just going to keep it simple like that, okay? Don't use more words when fewer words will do. Don't try to sound smart. Just show that you have a clear understanding of whatever it is you're writing by using the best words in the best order for whatever you're writing. Okay?